Welcome to the Clutch Buckets Podcast. My name is Josh Tyson.
And I'm Kyle Spence.
Their profession, our passion, your court. Let's get a Cal. Check ball to you, my
Check
guy.
ball, Tyson. I appreciate you handing me the rock. And you know why? It's because the Celtics just won. That's always important. And I feel as though if we win or if the Warriors win, we always got to start where the highlights are.
Gotta
So
go
we're going to
there.
do a little bit of bookending in this case because that game with the Warriors happened a little bit before, but something fresh,
What a
something
wonderful weekend it's
recent
been.
was the Celtics beating the Orlando Magic, taking a 3-1 lead in this series
They
where they
did.
won 107 to 98.
And they close.
Uh, where the bench was horrible for the Celtics, but we're gonna get into that in just a moment. Tyson, what you think? What did you see? What did you like?
Yeah, your boy Tatum went ham. He took a bunch of shots, but I mean, he went ham. The good thing is, man, even though y'all offense wasn't clicking like that, y'all defense was. I mean,
That was
y'all was
good.
going ham on defensive end, man. Y'all, that's why y'all was steady with them throughout the entirety of the game. And that's what kept y'all rocking, man. Was the defense at the end of the day. I love how y'all, pressured them, man, from beginning to end. Y'all were dominant on the rebounds, man. The steals, blocks. Y'all were solid. The same on the turnovers, but I mean that's where the Celtics can thrive when they do slack offensively. They can make up for it on the offensive end. Because I mean, offensively, it was rough, man. Usually, y'all got one of the best benches in the league. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess they took a day off this week, man. I don't know where they went, but goodness.
I could tell you where they went. They were focusing on game five because they felt as though they weren't needed here. That's
That
just going to
makes
be my excuse for why we
cockiness.
played so horribly. I felt like we couldn't get by a three-point shot. I think we shot 29% for the game. We didn't even take as many attempts as we often do. I think we averaged around 42 or 48, probably
Yeah,
about 42. We took 31, and we were 9 for 31 of that. So I felt as though that was what took us out of the game. But the difference between this game and last game, Tyson, where the Magic actually stole the game from us, even after a controversial call at the end, whatever. 10 turnovers versus 21 turnovers from the last game. So this is a significant reduction, which I felt as though was important for us in this game here. You're right. The bench, trash. They didn't play well. Peyton Pritchard
God.
didn't play well. Luke Cornett couldn't buy a bucket. He was 16 minutes on the court. He only had like
Boy,
2 rebounds or something like that.
was doing suicide sprints. This dude
I don't,
zero points, zero attempts, one
yes.
rebound, one assist. 16 minutes.
Listen, he was doing his best Kendrick Perkins impression, and I thought he nailed it. And so
Yeah,
shout out to Luke for that. But we
yeah,
did get two threes from Sam Hausen that I watched drop, and I was like,
I
finally,
did.
because they even was lauding the dude, saying he got 8 points, or averaged 8 points rather in the finals. So we know what
Yeah,
he's capable of. And he
right.
was literally, what is that? Two of the nine. What is that? 20, more than 20% of our 3 points made came from him. And that was
That's
only
it.
two. That should tell you how poorly we are shooting. But besides the shooting, Tyson, we actually grinded this game out
I did, man.
between Jason Tatum, I mean, just taking it to the rack every single time, or like really dominating the matchup that he had in front of him. He saw food, he ate. Same
Yeah,
thing with JB. I felt as though he may not have been just, a little sluggish, but
yeah. Not
he
official.
stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
Al Horford were out hit there because KP got into foul trouble. Al
Yeah,
Horford making tremendous plays, had a huge block on one of those plays, and
yeah.
just really just out hustling that team. But Bankero did his thing on the other end. I think he had, and I don't have the stats in front of me, but I think he had like maybe 31 points or something like that. And he was actually hooping.
Yeah.
Carter was hooping a little bit. KCP had a big time three, so I thought that they really had some points. But look, the Celtics are going to do what they're going to do, which is worry me. That's all they're going to do. But
Oh,
we
no, the
actually,
aneurysm. dog.
eked out the win after they closed that gap in the fourth with I think 6 minutes to remain in the session. We eked it out, and that's all I care about. Did we actually buckle up, say we're better than these players on this opposition? Sure. Did we win? Yes. Do I care? Absolutely. That's all I care about. We
That's what
won.
matters at the end of the day. Right? Yo, but one thing, bro, that the Celtics did is like, yo, gear more to the one-on-one ball, dog. And you see it in the assists. Y'all barely had any assists, man. Y'all eked out, what was that, 17 assists for the whole game? That means y'all weren't moving the rock like that. That means
Mhm.
I'm looking at Tatum and Brown attempts. That means they were doing a lot of one-on-one ball, man, instead of pushing
Yes.
around the block. You know what I mean? And I think that's where y'all really get stagnant. That's where your offense suffers when the ball is moving around. Because y'all got so many offensive weapons that if y'all just move around enough, y'all gonna find something. Something gonna
Hmm.
be there. But when you get into that one-on-one game, they can laser in on just one particular people, Tatum, Brown, and yeah, that's where trouble comes. That's where Brown has 4 turnovers. You know what I mean? That's where that happens. So,
Brown
but
gone brown.
y'all fought. Y'all fought. I'm proud of y'all for fighting, man.
I
That's what
appreciate that.
y'all some grinders.
Now, of course, with anything, when you see this side of the spectrum, you got to go to the other side of the spectrum. And what better place to land where we see that the Los Angeles Lakers have
Oh
lost again to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
yeah.
Minnesota Timberwolves now take a 3-1 lead against the LA Lakers, where the Lakers have lost 113 to 116 in just regular regulation. They didn't even have to go to overtime with this. Tyson, I have thoughts, and I'm gonna share them first, and I'm gonna let you go. My bad. That's where I'm gonna start. My bad. I thought that the Lakers were surely going to dominate this
Oh yeah, most definitely. Oh
series.
yeah,
I
same page.
thought that the matchups weren't even close.
I signed off on
What
that too.
I saw from Anthony Edwards out
Yeah,
here
it's different.
was incredible. 43 points, 5 for
He's a
10
rock.
from three, 12 for
He's,
23 field goal percent out of
he's
the field goal attempts, 12 for 23. He only missed three free throws. He had 9 rebounds. He had 6 assists. He had 1 turnover. He even only had two
one.
personal
One
fouls,
more time.
Tyson.
One more time, man. That's the maturity. He had what? How many turnovers?
One.
That's
Uno.
maturity, dog. At the end of the day, knowing and understanding when and how to make the right plays, bro. As a
Yep.
superstar, this is the level. This is the next
Elevation.
that we really wanted to see Anthony Edwards take. And I truly believe a lot of that growth came from the Olympic run and
Yeah.
what he saw and what he learned from all these other greats. You saw him shining this year. He had the
Hmm.
best 3-point percentage this year. So now he's a dual threat. You got to come up to defend the three, but he's also able to blow past you. He can hit the
Hmm.
midi, he could go all the way to the basket, lay it up, or dunk on Luca. And it
Yep.
doesn't matter. You can get it wherever,
Yep.
whenever. That's the
You're right.
beauty. I'm telling you, man, all around his game has just elevated and evolved perfectly.
Hmm.
And where he can dominate on all aspects of the game. Did you see his defense, my dude?
He was hooping. And he was on the
Defensive
defensive end.
tackles.
He was really getting to it.
Come on, man. Talk to
I
me
even
about it,
saw that
Cap.
they started to show some jostling between him and LeBron, when LeBron trying to
Right?
fight for position and he like pushed him back and said, "Nah, we're not having that today."
Not today.
I Here's the
Is
thing.
is this the
Two
passing of the
things.
mantle? Is this the passing of the mantle?
They gotta close it out. They gotta close it out. If they close it out, then yeah, we might be talking about that because that's one of the things I want to bring up.
Uh,
LeBron was silent offensively in the fourth quarter. Very noticeably silent in the fourth quarter
how many points got
offensively.
in the fourth?
I I feel like
Zero.
they said he was zero. I feel like they
Zero.
said it. I don't have the
Zero.
stat. But
This is y'all.
defensively, oh my gosh, he was a problem. He
He
stripped the
all over.
ball about 4 times in clutch. Blocked it, stripped it again.
Yeah,
If it
he was
wasn't
getting
for
away with a lot.
that
He was getting away with
last call, it would have been another strip, and it probably would have been out on AE, and then it could have been
whatever.
another. The narrative could have been completely different. But
Man,
defensively, he
this
played
man,
well. Offensively, I've seen him give up shots that he would have taken, and I was very shocked about that because it wasn't. This was my other point, and then we'll move forward. I hated Minnesota Timberwolves' defensive scheme. They doubled every time that they called for the switch for Luca when he's running, bringing up point. They'll call for the switch. No switch happens. They double. They try to force him out of that. But Luka is one of the best passers in the National Basketball Association. So
yeah,
he
bro.
can get it out of his hand and he can get
Anytime.
it into someone else's hand. So swing, swing, hockey pass, they knock down or they attack the basket.
Really,
They collapse the defense again, kick out for a shot. 65 to 70% of that entire ordeal, Tyson, they did it and they did it
and it
successfully. Only
success.
the
Yes.
other
So that's changes. Yeah,
35%, right, that they may have said, oh, we forced a turnover. That is
made,
not
made
a
no sense.
wise defensive scheme at all. Randall cannot hold Luca. Can't. Just
What
cannot.
no good on him.
Nasri, same thing. Jaden McDaniels, he was better. AE
He
very rarely got switched on, if I'm being honest. I don't think they were hiding him on defense. They just didn't get the matchups like that. And so I just didn't like what they did. And I was still surprised because I said that Lakers were holding on to this with two hands, firmly saying that
yeah.
we're not going to let this game slip by us. And they did. So I was super shocked.
That's the surprising part. That right there, man, solidifies my belief in the resilience of Ant-Man and the Timberwolves. For you to be
Mhm.
down like that and forge your way back against, and I will say, one of the greatest minds in basketball, LeBron, who can better than anybody control the tempo of the game
Hmm.
and make the right plays and the right reads. You got not only him, but Luca, one of the best time managers of the game, who can
Hmm.
always really make the right play, and JJ, all those great minds, and they still come back, Kyle.
Yeah,
Yo, you got to respect it on a whole different level now, man. Now it
hands down.
now I'm looking at Ant-Man and I'm saying, oh, so he's just not physically, athletically dominating.
Mhm.
He's strategically dominating now too.
Mhm.
He's understanding the game at a different level. Remember,
Yep.
the game before last came down to the wire. The last 2.5, 3 minutes, he dominated. He was like, I bet.
Yes.
Now my time to shine. I'm taking over.
Yep.
Taking over. But real talk, real quick shout out. Before tonight, Jaden McDaniels was the best player on the Timberwolves. Both sides of the ball. That I
Hands
am
down.
very amazed at what he is. I didn't realize he was so tall and lengthy, by the way. Because when he was even saying when Hayes ain't out there, he the tallest one on the court. That's why, man, his aggressiveness going to the rack and his ability to finish around that mom, my boy. I'm like,
Mhm.
all right, Jay, come on with it, my boy.
So you think they're gonna do a gentleman's sweep on the Lakers now?
Man, I think the Warriors gonna come back with a vengeance right now. I really believe so. I honestly didn't believe this was going to happen at this aspect of the game. I thought the Lakers were gonna come out with ferocity. Like they did have a big lead that they gave up, but understanding them and the strategy and tactics they're going to use, I believe they might take another one. But this one was such a disappointing loss mentally. A lot of times it's hard to recover from that. LeBron, I know, can recover, but yo, it's going to be the role players that are going to make the difference in the game. Can Reeves be dominant? We know what Luka and LeBron can do, but they can't do it without their role players. What's the role players mentality gonna be, man? They going back home, so we'll see.
I'll say I'll give, which I'm so shocked to even say this, Minnesota in six, man. I think it's going to be Minnesota in six. And again,
I never saw
anyway.
this stuff. Like, bro, when I saw the series, I really thought that the Lakers got away again with an easy schedule, bro. I'm like, yo, they were able to avoid the Nuggets, they were able to avoid the Clippers and the Thunder all the way to the semi until the
Yep.
conference finals. I'm like, bruh, go out. I was like the Timberwolves, because remember, Timberwolves barely were making it into the play-in. Like they had been struggling for a minute in the regular season.
Mhm.
Like going down the run, they had some good wins. But remember, they were they were like this, man, all season. They didn't know which way they were going, man. They weren't consistent in the dubs. And all of a sudden, man, they shining bright. Now they finding their identity. Because me and Randall was out, but they had a slump with Randall for a while. He wasn't clicking with the squad. So man, they found their edge now. But man, I truly believe it's the belief system. Like Ant-Man truly believes he is unstoppable, and he believes his team is better, bro. And he's implementing that into the team. So yo, I
I
love it.
agree.
I
I
love it.
agree. Now let's go. We got a whole nother a bunch of games we want to at least touch on because again, as the Clutch Buckets podcast promised, we are trying to give you some content a little bit more frequently as we're trying to navigate through the playoff season. So let's move a little further on to the Knicks with a controversial win over the Detroit Pistons, taking a 3-1 lead, 94-93, where Josh Hart actually did foul Tim Hardaway Jr. on that
But
three-point attempt at the buzzer.
did Tim go into
He for
did
sure
Tim
fouled
go into
him.
him? It's a straight man. From what I saw, this could have gone either way the entire time, bro. Like the way they was fighting, because man, the Knicks were up for a minute. And yo, the Detroit, they stormed their way back with a vengeance, man. Like in the third, they outscored them 28 to 14. 28
Mhm.
to 14. By the way, by the way, the what do you call that, man? What is that Knicks pit bull attitude, tough swag, bro, has actually seeped into Carl Anthony Towns, bro.
I said
And
this. We
I didn't
said
see that
this.
coming. I didn't
We
think he
said this
this
before.
down the wire was hitting Kobe shots out here, bro. The turnaround, the step back, step three, bro, from the logo. I'm
Mhm.
like, yo, Carl was doing his thing and talking trash.
His name
And
is
talking
Carl.
trash.
It's very funny
I'm
when you
like,
say like Carl is out here talking trash. That's funny. That is hilarious.
that is no, it was wild. But yo, I love the fight, bro, on both ends.
Yeah.
But I love the playoffs. This is what it's supposed to be, man. I mean, down to the nitty gritty, to the wire. Everybody jumping, dog piling for loose balls, man. You
Hmm.
know, nobody getting easy boards, 50-50 balls going all over the place, bro. Just, man, like, you got it. It's what playoff basketball is, man. I'm telling you, man,
Exactly,
it
man.
has revitalized because you can tell, yo, these cats, they want it, bro.
Yeah.
Like these teams believe in themselves. Like everybody was talking about, nah, New York got it, Detroit not. Detroit, like, nah, we here. Like
Hmm.
I don't know if y'all heard, but we just had the best turnaround season ever. It's for
Ever.
a reason. It's
Yeah.
for a reason. Like
I agree.
gotta respect it, man.
I agree. Now we
But I
moving
think,
a little forward on that.
yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm good.
No, I think that going forward now, again, they're going to be the ones that you got to have to watch out for, where we're going to be like, I don't know if I want to match up with them. Just like the Orlando Magic. If we being honest, if they had more offense, they'd be scary. They're just not offensively like skilled and talented. But these are the
Yeah,
teams where you're going to be like, I don't know if I want to pair up with them in the first round type situation. I would rather the Hawks than I would rather the Magic, or I'd rather the Hawks than I would rather Detroit.
Right.
So that's the part that I'm kind of keeping my eye out for. But now
Yeah.
we going out west again. This is where Tyson's team, Golden State
Now,
Warriors, are
now,
shining. Beat
boy,
the Rockets 104 to 93, take a 2-1 lead. I think they're playing tomorrow, which would be the 28th. That'd be Monday. Tyson, please tell us your thoughts.
yo, special shout out to Van Fleet, who after the game before last, after the Warriors lost, taunted Draymond talking about, yo, y'all better hope Jimmy all right. You remember that? He said,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah, because y'all
remember.
can't win without Jimmy.
Hmm.
What up? What up? What up, Van Fleet? You supposed to show out and show like you can't talk trash and not back it up, Van Fleet. Like Van Fleet, I just really want to know where was he?
Yeah,
He went 5 for 14. Your team couldn't even rely on you. I'm trying to understand, bro, how you just under pressure. You know what I
I
mean?
have
Where,
some
where'd you go under
thoughts.
pressure?
Whenever you're free, I have some thoughts, Tyson.
Please, sir.
The
Please.
Rockets can't shoot.
Not at all. Yeah, they
They
terrible.
are so poor of shooters.
So
They're
bad.
the Orlando of the West
Yeah,
in that their defense is very strong, in my opinion,
yeah.
but their offense, when it's needed,
Mm.
their outside shot is not strong to me. I think probably statistics will prove that as well. It's not strong. And I
It's
feel
not.
so you can't outshoot the Warriors. I
If
mean,
your
Steph
best,
alone.
if your best efficient shooter is Dylan Brooks, it's a problem.
Wrap it up. Like, just hang this up. Like, we have nothing else to talk
Yo,
about at
real
this point.
talk, yo, it's wild because, of course, man, especially without Jimmy, bro. Especially after last game when Jimmy was out and the Houston just ran off with the score, bro. You
Hmm.
come into this game like, yo, where's the offense gonna come from? Like,
Yeah.
it's really like, yo, Steph gonna have to score 45, 50. But then you look at the other side. Ain't nobody's going on the other side. Jalen Green had 38 points game before last.
Hmm.
This dude had 9 points. That shit is supposed to be your best offensive player with 9
Yes.
points, dog. That's tough. That's
And
like
this
you
is,
can
again,
play defense all day, but
like you
at some
said, this is absent of Jimmy Butler, who would have given you a strong 20 points right there and defense. Like, this is, they had their chance. This was their opportunity to really take advantage of the absence of Jimmy Butler. They didn't. And now they're at a point where if the Warriors shoot just generally well, they don't even have to be like on a hot streak.
they don't have a chance. There's no
They don't
chance
have a
whatsoever.
chance. And it's like you can't play the inside game forever and expect you to win when they shoot more threes than you. So you're still gonna have to try and do twice as much essentially. I'm not seeing it, man. I'm not seeing it. They're
It's
not, and they have so much opportunity to just like get the Warriors into foul trouble.
easy.
Oh my
Easy.
gosh, they're
But
like,
yeah, I love, bro, how disciplined the Warriors are though when it comes
yeah,
to that. I mean? Not swiping, not um, that the running into people, stuff like that. But yo, going
yep.
back to the offensive end, it's so bad on the Houston end. The Warriors literally had one of their worst games, like some of the worst offensive games, the last 3 games, and we're still able to pull it off. Like
Hmm.
Curry, like they're desperate to find offense without Jimmy.
Yep.
Like there was only besides Curry, there was only one other
Who's
starter
that,
in
buddy?
double digits, and it was Pajinski. He only had 10. He only
I
had
was
10.
thinking,
The
yep.
only cat thankfully, Buddy Hill showed up and gave us 17, and miraculously, Peyton had 16. Miraculously.
Yeah. Yeah,
since
he
when
he, he had some steals, some dunks, some two-handed jams, reverse jams. He was getting it.
two threes. He was our
Yep.
most efficient 3-point shooter.
Yeah, that's not his game.
That's not his
Like
game.
whatever you do, you stick to your game, Peyton. But hey, y'all needed it, like you said.
Yo, but shout out to Steph Curry, bro, for forever taking on these UFC like jujitsu challenges, bro, where these cats are straight tackling this cat, man. And
Yes.
yo, this dude, he could be like Luca and just complain to the refs every time, but he just keeps on sprinting. What they say he did almost 3 miles the other night. He just keeps on sprinting, find an open shot. Like I love his mentality right now. There was one point in the game, Peyton was bringing up the ball, and Curry like, no, let me get it. Give me the ball.
Yeah,
Bro, did
yep, you're right.
a shimmy on the defender across the
Got
back.
that midi.
Yo, I
Yep.
love, bro. He has that dog in him, man. That boy, he's got it, and he does. Yo, as much as they try, he Curry does not look flustered.
Hmm.
Gotta
You're right.
respect. Gotta
I
respect.
love it. I love it. I think that this is still gonna go to probably 6 games for
Most definitely.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to 7 games, but I did have the Rockets possibly being the one to take this. I'm not seeing it. They can't
I
shoot.
did too. I
They
did
can't
too.
shoot.
Nah.
They simply can't shoot, yo. So it is what it is. Now, let's go to the Nuggets. Now, I have thoughts about this. You have thoughts about the Clippers. I have thoughts about the Clippers too. Nuggets tied up 2-2. They won in spectacular fashion against the Los Angeles Clippers on
Yeah.
a buzzer-beating alley-oop because it was an air ball, but we gonna pretend like it was an alley-oop where Nikola
They
Jokic
might count
throws it
it as
up, air
Jokic's
balls it, Aaron
assistant.
Gordon catches that, boom, two-handed slam at the buzzer. They win. 101 to 99, making it
Yeah.
a 2-2 series. What do you
Yeah.
think, Tyson? What's happening here?
Well, first, did they give Jokic that assist? Did they put count on the books?
Probably, probably. Like, I meant
Yeah,
it. He ain't
it was
make
off
it.
the chain, though. It was off the chain. Now, there's some folk out there like it didn't count. Yo, it was in the basket. Literally in the
Mhm.
basket. It's in the basket, bro. It's in there.
It
It's,
is. Like, let's be for real.
I don't know
Like,
what we
stop. Just
at the end.
stop.
Yo, but everybody knew this series was going seven, man. You talking about two evenly matched teams. At the end of the day, literally, it's which superstar plays better, Kawhi or Yo.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then one other role player to score 20 or more. And really, that's really what it's gonna take, man. Some high IQ players, because bro, like this bench of Denver is horrific.
And Westbrook injured, by the way. And you
Horrific.
notice
And
that they won without him, but I'm not saying that's because of it. I'm just saying facts are facts. They won without Westbrook. So I'm just throwing it. That's exactly it. I am just throwing it out there.
yo,
So
but I will say, yo, uh Bron out there, yo, these some other cats, bro, who cannot shoot at all. Braun can't shoot. He was 1 for 7 from the three. Jamal Murray, bro, is like he's still injured. Like we still trying to come back. We know. I think it's a good reason, bro. This dude was never an all-star because now he's had some of the best highlight clutch plays and playoff games that I've seen.
mhm.
But regular season, man, he really not there. And then it's like, okay, in times like these, not once have you heard this entire series Murray's name called. Like, where's he been? What's up? What's good?
Mhm.
Like, Aaron Gordon got to go back to his Magic days. You know what I mean? Just for just for to get the Nuggets over the hill. Jokic can't do everything. I mean, this dude Jokic is from points, rebounds, assists. Now he's an assistant coach. Like,
Yes, he is.
what do you
He
want from
drawing
the
up
Nuggets?
plays. He's subbing people in and out. Like, what is going on, yo?
Yo, this dude had 21 rebounds, by the way.
I didn't realize that.
It's absurd. That's wow.
Okay, well, we gonna go to 7 on that. Now, in the meantime, Cavs hold dominant. They're
Oh
3-0 against the
yeah,
Heat. Do you think it's gonna be a sweep, Tyson?
yeah. They just need to go ahead in that, bro. I don't know why they thought like Andrew Wiggins was gonna come out and be their star and take over, but yeah, this been gone, man. I'm incredibly disappointed in Bam Adebayo because with all the skill that he has and other players has said he has, when um Jimmy left the team, you would think he would have stepped up, but he really
He
hasn't, man.
ain't Jimmy though.
Uh,
He is not Jimmy Tyson. Bam
yeah,
is Bam. Jimmy is Jimmy.
this is disappointing.
I'm
Disappointing.
not I'm not disappointed because I don't really care for the Heat like that.
Mm,
But like be for real. If you lose your superstar and you're trying to backfill it with Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo,
yeah,
you're probably not gonna get far. And if you're expecting Andrew Wiggins to make an impact, we already talked about this. He's like, not really.
yes.
Okay. I mean, he's there. I think he's there in spirit. Shout out to him for being there in spirit. But
Shout
that's
out.
probably it. That is
Cal's been
probably
dominating
it.
all around too. This is epitome of a great developed team, a great constructed team where one, two, three, four, five, six, almost seven of their players were double digits, right?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
Ty Jerome is taking over for Garland in a great fashion. People been see, I love his story, bro. He been balling out of control. You know who you haven't heard about this whole series, bro? Donovan
Oh,
Mitchell.
yeah. You don't even have to be known.
But he don't
This
have
dude
to
can
be
fly under the radar until it's like ECF, and then all of a sudden be like, here comes Spider.
on time. But
That's scary,
but
ain't it?
that's scary. That's the scary part people gotta look out for. So yeah, man, I'm here for it. It's gonna be a clean sweep though. I
Okay,
mean,
I agree. Clean sweep. I don't even. If I'm being honest, I'm not following them like that. I don't even watch their games for real. I will watch highlights because I'm like, I'm not.
no,
Let's be for real. Like, we know that the Cavs are coming out. It's
I
nothing to even consider
might as well just let the
like
Bulls
TV worthy.
else. Yeah, that's
Straight
it.
up. Now, last but not least, Indiana Pacers have a 2-1 lead over the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm watching it live as we speak. The score is 103-84. Uh, the Bucks are going to lose. And
Breaking
I
news.
think most people are going to say that it's not that exciting of a series. But let me tell you what I'm seeing. Pace, they put the pace in Pacers, and I am concerned for whoever they play. They
Oh
push the ball so much. They pass the ball so much. They
yeah,
shoot the ball so well.
nonstop.
Dude, uh-uh.
Uh
That ain't
oh.
a team that you want to be matched up
Uh oh.
against. I'm gonna be
You
honest. Not,
don't
not
want
let
to
me
see
be clear.
uh,
Celtics ain't concerned about anything. But
uh,
who would they play? Let's see that. Let me take that back. Who do they play?
you talking about
Uh
next.
yes, who do they play next?
Well, next they'll play the winner of the Knicks and the Pistons. No, I mean sorry. They'll play the winner of Cavs and Heat. So they play the Cavs next.
Hey, that
Great
ain't gonna
series.
be no sweep.
Nah,
That's all
nah,
I know. That is
nah.
not gonna be a sweep.
Mitchell gonna have to step up that time in this series. But man,
Yeah.
you gotta respect it, bro. Yo, uh, news from this game though, Lillard did get hurt. He went down with an injury, man. So, prayers up for
Yes.
him, man. Hopefully he's good. Cause he just came back from injury, man. I hate to hear that, but yeah, man. So he's out. He's out for the game. Hopefully not out for the series, but I was really hoping to see, bro, especially after all the trash talking him and
Yes.
Halliburton did.
Halliburton.
Really want to see Leonard just go off, just go
Yep.
ham, man. Bring this
Yep.
series, but it don't look
Yeah,
like
if
it.
he's not there, it's a clean game. They're gonna win without him
The, the,
on the
the
court for
worst
sure.
mistake was getting rid of Christian Middleton, bro. That was your playoff guru. That was your clutch player.
And
All people.
I will have to just concede because I again thought that it wasn't going to be that bad of a replacement, but Kyle Kuzma with 3 points in 15 minutes, you absolutely right. You absolutely right.
And this
And
dude had
so that's all
zero. He had zero when that previous night,
zeros. He had a zero
zero
effort game.
all across the board. So you ain't giving no effort. You ain't even, bro. What you? This man paying attention to the cheerleaders the whole time. Like what you? Uh,
Yeah.
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 So
Well, that's a
we
wrap
got
on them then.
now we got them we ain't talking about the Thunder and
No, the
Grizzlies.
Thunder, they ain't nothing to talk about. They got
Man,
swept. They got swept. Ja
man,
Morant is going to be the new unfortunate. I'm not saying this to be like facetious. I fear he's going to continue to be the new Chris Paul in that you have the talent, but you're going to get injured when it counts the most because of reckless plays that are just happening or freakish plays that are going to happen where you're
yeah,
not going to be able to play the game like you want. And so
yeah,
said, so done again. I don't think Lou Dort was trying to be dirty, but I guarantee you if it probably happened to my team, I might think he was dirty too. So I totally understand all the Grizzlies people who can't stand him at this point. But John
respect.
Morant is always going to be injured when it's come to postseason playoff time. So I'm a little concerned about his track record there. They weren't going to beat the Thunder, and they didn't beat the Thunder. So it doesn't matter to me. But what do you think, Tyson?
Oh, I'm on it. I'm for it all day. One thing I do respect is even though they lost John Morant, they put up a fight to the very end. The Grizzlies put up a fight, so gotta respect that. But everybody knew what it was, man, going into the series. They
Yeah.
they barely made it into the playoffs, so I mean,
Yeah.
and it's
No, you're
tough, man.
right. You're right.
They was two seed, bro, back in February. Crazy,
Yeah.
way worse
You
though.
absolutely right. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. That's what the playoffs is all about. That's what Clutch Buckets is all about. When it's come down to the nitty, the gritty, you have to actually step up. And when you don't, you go home. But that's why we're here to cover it all as
Got
always,
to.
because there's so much going around on the league right now, and it is an exciting time. This is
Yeah.
what we're excited about, and be glad to be able to cover it and recap it with you all. So thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. My name is Kyle Spence,
Now I'm Josh Tyson.
and we out.
About
Peace.
it. Next time.